Hello, Mr. George. Hello. How much you pay for this guy? $20? No, too much money. He's not doing shit. He's no good. He's no good operator. I'm tired. I'm working all day long. This shit's expensive, man. That's good. That's my life. That has been my life, mainly today and for the last. Mm, I'm not happy right now, but I've kind of just bent over and just gave life the Vaseline jar and said, you know what? Might as well make it easy. As you me over. Ugh. So everything broke. My 9010 broke on me today. It just stopped. How does it just stop? Piece of shit. Oh my god. Um, I saw the warnings about the 9010 and I saw the warnings and I said, nope, that's not going to be me. I'm going to get the one that's fine. I get the one that's broken. Now, for some reason, is there something that got caught in the fan? I don't know, but it ran completely out of gas and just seized up on me. Cannot pull the trigger. I mean, I went to go pull it and it flipped over on my hand, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Tried it again. I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute, what's going on?" I can't pull the trigger. I can't pull the cord on my 9010. So I'm thinking, all right, the Ferris broke 2 days prior. The Time Master broke one job prior to this one. I'm like, and it was the pull cord. It was weird. I kept hearing this tinging thing. I was like, okay, this thing's they do that. Well, something told me don't shut it off. So I finished the yard. Beautiful pictures. I mean, it came out awesome. Striped it and everything. Turned out nice. And went to go put the Time Master away. As soon as I turned it off, clink, clink, pop, the freaking cord snapped and shot out. I said, "I don't be pulling this shit on me," literally. So what do I do? I said, okay, well, I'm done with this mower for today. I can't go to 2 other jobs that I need this mower, so I'm going to go do some other stuff. I go to the next one. I figure, okay, I'm going to go to a different job. I go to that one. I didn't use that mower at all, so I had to use the zero turn to get up in as close as I can to places with it, which I'm not comfortable doing. I did it anyway. So I had to use the weed whacker more often. Oh, and the bottom bubble on the weed whacker broke, so it's got a little thin piece of plastic on there holding it. So I said, okay, all right. And my 560 backpack blower, because I haven't fixed it from last year, the tube on the side is, I had the new tube, but I haven't had a chance to put it on. I got to put a a new spark plug on it, I'm sure of, and maybe something else. But so, yeah, it all broke on me. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm dealing with. I'm taking it in tomorrow, so that's kind of why I wanted to do this. I'm not gonna have time to really make a video or anything like that. So let's do this really quick. Let me unplug the air. Of course, everything freaking. There you go, unfrozen. So yeah. There's a 9010. It's not even a month old. I got this on St. Patrick's Day. I got this one on St. That's just bad luck. I don't know what's going anyway. So I got this one on St. Patrick's Day because they were having a 15% off sale that Friday. You know, so I went to the store that I wanted to buy this from. Um, Everything's fine. I even bought their fuel, stuck their fuel premix in here. Now I did notice from the get go, it had a really weird loose. Something was loose, but I said, well, maybe it's just brand new and it's just the sound went away and came back. And I also noticed a couple of times that it didn't have as much power as I thought it should have. And then sometimes it had a whole lot of power. So I thought, okay, but maybe it just needs to warm up sometimes. And that's what I figured. So it was working great. So I went to go use it today, and I heard that sound again. It just, you can hear it with the earmuffs on. You can hear something rattling. I don't know what it was. Um, locked up on me. Now, on a mower, it's usually something is caught on the blade, not allowing it to spin, or it broke the shaft, or this something broke in here. Now, that might be all that it is something broken here, like a piece of plastic that when the two tines go out, maybe it got broken and jammed up in there. I don't know. But the worst case scenario is what I'm thinking is it's got a hydro lock, which means the cylinder wall warped and like it's running with no oil. Now, putting oil in the gas. Now, I do know they have a recall on the carburetors, and I do see a little bit of sweating on here. So I'm wondering if the jet broke inside the carburetor, which didn't allow enough gas to go through, and maybe that's what happened. It didn't lit enough. I don't know. I'm guessing right now. I don't know, but it's not working. You can see I even filled the tank all the way up. I said, oh, I'm not going to fill it all the way up because I wanted to use the fuel for something else. It ran it all the way down, okay, down to the last little bit. Like you did fine on the job prior to it, no problems, you know. And I was using it on this job, and I got to the end where I wanted to finish, and boom, it just shut off. But it did kick. I felt it like pop, like it's kind of weird. It was almost like a, you know what it did? It did that thing I remember in class where you ever pull these sometimes and you don't give enough pull, you pull it halfway and you pull it again, it'll pull that string right back in. I'm wondering if that's what happened here. But it was running. How does that happen while it's running? The only thing I can think of is that it ran out of gas and it had enough little bit of gas to go back into it, so it shut off and then popped back on again. It's the only thing I'm trying to just use my noggin and try to think of scenarios physically what could have happened. But anyhow, that's under warranty for at least a year, right? What's it say? 1 year? 2 year? I don't know. 2 year warranty commercial, okay? 5 year residential. I'm going to get a Husqvarna 580 regardless. The warranty's better. It's 2 year or 3 year, and then it's 5 years if you buy 3 cans of oil, so you can extend it and get the full 5 years out of it. Commercial. But I'm not knocking it. I mean, look, just because I have problems with things, it doesn't mean I'm knocking the product. A lot of people will think, oh, he hates the product. No, I don't hate the product, okay? I just get the shit. Okay, I deal with it. Everything I get. Even my 580 was missing some parts on it. I didn't get it from the factory. Like, how does it come shipped without the stickers on it? You know what I mean? I'll get the one. You know, so this one here, I put it together myself, but there's nothing really to put it together which would cause that. Okay, the box is right here. You know, I got that. And so I have the most powerful leaf blower hand backpack, and I also just bought this off of Lowe's, believe it or not. I didn't even see this for sale in the Husqvarna stores. This is the 350 IB. This is the most powerful handheld blower that there is. Ego and Husqvarna right now have the two most powerful leaf blowers that there is. Ego just came out with an 800 CFM, but doesn't have 200 miles per hour, so it's like 170 something miles per hour. But it's a backpack blower, and you have to have 2 batteries. Yes. I don't know if that's okay. If you have the Ego, then that's what you want to buy. But I don't have any Ego tools, so I don't even care for it. But I almost did because the CFMs were impressive on their handheld. They were putting out 770 something or 760 or 700. I don't know. They were more than Ryobi because 756. Ryobi has a 730 CFM handheld blower, which I thought was powerful because Husqvarna's last one was 650 CFM. That's even a professional version of this. They just came out with this. When I went to the expo, this is the one I was talking about, that they said that they were going to come out with it, and they said, this is going to be the most powerful one on the market. And I'm like, well, I don't believe it because it's only 650. I guess they kept it under wraps. They didn't want to talk too much about it. So this is the new max battery pack system. It's a 7.5 volt battery in here, and it comes with a charger. So you get all that for $350. I was like, that's not a bad deal. And then I bought it through Lowe's. They were having a special where you got 3 times the amount of points on the Pros, the Lowe's Pros. You know, if you got like a Home Depot, I got a Home Depot card or a Lowe's card. you get points for buying things. So I said, well, okay, well, I'll get the points. Now I wish I had bought in the hedger, and they have a chainsaw out now, the same model. This is like their medium pro model, but it's just as good as the pro stuff. As a matter of fact, I think it's the exact same thing. We'll get into that story why I talked to them about dumping their homeowner version that he did, and they came out with all the good stuff. So this is heavy though. The only problem is this is heavy. You cannot really hold it up like because it hurts your wrist. But if you're just walking with it like this, it's almost like it was designed to just walk with it. So what I find myself doing is grabbing the little handle on the side here and doing this, because this is nice. Because even on the gas one, you don't really have this option on the gas one. They do have a handle on the side, but you never really do that with the gas. Because if you try to blow the grass out, that's why the backpack blowers are so nice. Because when you want to go blow, you can go like this, and it's almost like aggravating the wind, and it picks up things better. If you use leaf blowers, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't think that the engineers understood that. This handle sucks, so you have to grab it like this to wiggle the wind. But this has got a lot of power. The battery's dead, but this has got more power than my 560 backpack blower, which is freaking insane. There's 800 CFMs. A lot of times they'll say the CFMs, but most of the CFMs are happening inside this part right here, inside this part. This is the only one that I know of that's claiming to have the 1,100 in the tube. Everybody else is saying it's inside the housing. So by the time it comes out of the tube, it's like almost 200 or so less CFM. It's cubic feet per minute that comes out. So, but this is nice. If you ever see this one, it had the wide opening with a little lip on the bottom for scraping things. I didn't like that one, so they gave you this inside as a choker. I like this because you can angle the grass better. Now, for leaves, you probably are going to want the open end one because doing leaves, you want to be able to blow more, especially dry leaves. But if you're wet leaves, you really want to concentrate it down. So this is good for grass, I found. Loud, though. I kept telling everybody, I said, hey, look, it's going to become, hey, I didn't see the comments on there. Give me 1 second here. I forgot that I was even doing this live. I've had a crazy day, so I'm not really. Hey, John, what's up, man? He is the man, the myth, the legend. He's back. Yes, I blew the 9010 up today. I'm thinking about starting a whole new channel called Carlo F's Up Everything. I don't know. Maybe that should be the way to go because it seems like everything I get breaks. And I'm the bad guy all the time. This made a weird sound. When it shut off, it went boom. And I was like, what the hell was that? So I figured it just shut off on me. This is not even a month old. I think it blew up. Yeah, I think I was right when I said that. I was just joking, but when you said that, I think it really did blow up because it was on my back, and when it shut off, it went boom. It like jerked to one side. I was like, what the hell? I've never heard that before, felt that before. So I don't know. I got this from a dealer in the area. A bunch of new guys started up a shop. They're really cool, and they got a lot of deals and discounts all the time over there. So I started to give them a shot, and I buy it. They were incredibly nice on the phone when I called them today. I said, hey, I'm not an idiot. I put the right fuel in here. I said, it ran all the way to the bottom. I said, have you guys heard anything about this? This is the first one. Well, I looked up Chicanic. She does a lot of stuff on Echoes and Steels, primarily. She also does Husqvarna, but she's an Echo dealer. And she had spilled the beans on a lot of recalls on this. And I saw it before I bought this, and I asked those questions. They're like, oh, no, they're not going to tell you that. But so there's a problem with the Walboro carburetor. The pin breaks in the jet. And the 8010s had a problem with the cylinder walls not being tightened all the way. And they were breaking and also breaking these. So I'm wondering if I happen to have the 9010 that they didn't fix it somehow. It was a Friday afternoon on the shift where somebody went like this. They went, Carlo's going to buy this one. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering. I'm not really upset as much as the fact that I'm actually just dumbfounded. You know what I mean? Yeah, the trimmers, I put a ton of hours. I tell you what, those Husqvarna trimmers are, I haven't blown one up, and they're still running. I've had them for 5 years. I run them every single day, all day long. I was dumbfounded. I thought that was the one that would break before anything else, and I've blown up. I've burned out two Echoes, and I've only burned, and I burned out the old 128s that used to get at Lowe's. I had a conversation with Husqvarna when I was there. I told them to drop that model, and they did. They came out with a 130. Um, that was fascinating because that was just a shit model, and it was terrible. I mean, it was great for the first year, and after that, it wouldn't run anymore. It would always have problems. Um, so yeah. Hey Jeremy, what's going on there? Cameron and Jeremy's in here. If you got Jeremy and Cameron, if you don't know John's Daily Hustle, he actually is a guy who we part of the circle with us all talking all the time. Who actually, when I got started, somebody who I followed, he's back. I don't know what happened to him, but he's got to explain himself because he was gone for a long time. I was this close to leaving myself, so I'd like to hear what happened. I think you just got out of jail. I've been joking with Billy. I was like, I think you went to jail. I don't know. Sure do miss the lives though, buddy. Oh, health issues. Okay, I'm sorry, man. And the life issues, I had a few of them myself, so I could probably talk about them, but they were pretty crazy, so I get it. You're back now. Awesome. Hey, you let me know when that live is. I want to be a part of that. I'm gonna be a part of it. Okay. Um, that's awesome. That's pretty freaking cool. Yeah. Let me know. Let us all know. Do your little heads up thing. Let us know when you're going to do that. Make sure I make it. Um, but yeah, lots going on. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have changed. Industry's changed big time, which I'm pretty sure you know that. A lot of things are going on, especially with the economy and how everything's going. And yeah, and the YouTube has changed. It's not for the better in some aspects. But yeah, but I don't know, man. I went ahead and I went off the beaten path with my Husqvarna, and I bought the Echo, and I said, okay, nobody really respects the Husqvarna, but everybody talks about the Echo and Steels. I said, okay, I'm going to give them a shot. I get it. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trashing the product because nobody that I know of has had this problem. Nobody. See, the universe kind of works. People find other people that are like them by accident because John, you know what I'm talking about with the Time Master. You know exactly what I'm talking. I tried warning you. I really did to be politely without hurting your feelings. I was like, "You're gonna like it right now, but just wait a couple of weeks." Yeah, yeah, yep. So that thing was my Time Master. Just the cord broke on it today. I don't know what happened. It shut off and the cord flew off. I'm like, I've never seen that before. So I don't have a mower right now until I fix that because everything else is broken. And then my Ferris broke. Wait till you see this. This shot the hell. I mean, it broke everywhere. Even the weld cracked on the front. The problem with the Ferris is those wheels. When they're bouncing, what's happening is they'll go sideways, and you hit a curb at the end or a sidewalk, and it just grabs the edge. And it did that a couple times because the front wheels sometimes will just go out of control for no reason because there's not enough weight holding it down. And they only leave you like a quarter of an inch in between the wheel and the frame. And then they made all these parts that are like this, okay? And then the black rod in the front, the screw fell out of it. Now I lost the other side because I took it out. Now I got to go to the store. I was like, I spent $40 on those parts, and now I can't even use this machine. So once I get the Ferris fixed, I'm going to sell it and get rid of it. It's just not. I mean, I like it, but it actually works you. It works you a lot. You're constantly for the weight of it. Sometimes it runs great, other times it doesn't. And then to tighten the belt, it's a pain. You got to take the whole front end off, basically underneath of it to get in there and to get all the parts out, to get the little twister, and you actually have to take it off to tighten it and put it back in, and hopefully you get it right. So that's a bad design, but it is a cool looking machine, and it's a gimmick. It really is. It doesn't cut as good as I thought it would cut. It's primarily a maintenance and cut mower. It can't handle really thick stuff on a first pass. I mean, it can cut it, but it just can't handle it, in my opinion. I actually think the Time Master actually cuts better than this. I really do. I think it cuts better. I just wish the Time Master had the bigger wheels on it and had a reverse, and it would be an ultimate machine. But that's never going to happen. I don't know. But I don't know. Think about maybe trying the Skag next, because that's something I wanted to try was the Skag 30, or just wait until the what's it the Greenworks comes out with theirs. But I don't want to get all into buying different batteries and stuff. So I'm thinking out loud. I'm sorry. That's how I do things. I just think out loud. Screw the time. We should just have a Time Master marathon one day. Oh god! Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Let's show you what's going on here. I got a flat tire on the other side. I don't even know how that happened. Look at this. Ready? Look at that. This is the black. Oh, this is the black rod. Okay, this is what connects the two. And you get this bolt here, which the other one time it broke on me, but it slipped out, which I don't know how it slipped out, and it did it twice on me. And then this, look, the weld's cracked. See this? You don't get a whole lot of room in between here. And then these push pins, I actually had to take a Dremel and widen them open because you could sit there and go like this for hours and it wouldn't lock. It wouldn't lock. You got to move it around. It's like, okay, lock. And it finally would lock. But so I took a Dremel and opened it up. But the problem I found is this. This is cheap metal. This is actually bent right here. See this? And that's because it wobbles and it goes sideways. Here, I'll take this off. Watch. And it goes like this, and then you'll hit something, and boom, it just goes, it bends up, and then it's hitting and hitting and hitting. You can't get it to go no farther. Well, I don't know what happened. I saw these little cracks in the paint. Well, the cracks in the paint was actually the weld that it broke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this apart, bang it back out. I'm going to sand this down. I'm going to weld this, what I can do. And I'm thinking about doing is taking a piece of metal across from here to here and just trying to weld it to get a little bit more brace. I can't get in the way of this because this gets in the way. Or can I? I don't know. Really cool, but not Carlo proof design. These are a little pain in the ass to have to do this all the time. I really don't like this. Even though it just seems like it's like industrial. Like, okay, it works. You know, it works, but there could have been a better way to do that. Like, there could have been a push pin in there or something. Or it just seems like for the money they're spending on it, they could have done something. And all this, there's too much wiggle. You know, there's too much. This is what I don't see, and there's nothing to grease or nothing to make it run better. So it's planned obsolescence. It's like planned to eventually fail. But they give you all this, but here's the problem: it also doesn't recycle well because it doesn't. They give you a kit in there, but it's like this much shorter than where it's supposed to go. So what happens is you get all the grass builds up on one side when you're trying to do a. It's frustrating as hell, you know. You almost have to either shoot it out. It doesn't want to recycle well. So. You know. But I don't get upset anymore. It's just a challenge. It's like, how can I get back on my feet? How fast can I get back up on my feet? Now, if it wasn't going to rain tomorrow, I'd be working on this shit all night long right now. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and I watch. It's not going to rain. I'm buying another mower, another used mower. I'll get into that. Really good deal. I'm probably just going to buy it to flip it because the guy who I bought the trailer from, he called me up and offered to sell me this zero-turn Bobcat for $150, and I was like, "Why so cheap?" He's like, "I just want to get rid of it. I'll be there tomorrow." That's how I get this shit. So I'm going to get it and probably try to sell for $1,000. Yeah, I can probably get $800 to $1,000 for it if I can clean it up nice with some mower magic or some super clean whatever, and wash it all up and clean the wheels up and maybe Just make sure everything's changed, all bring spark plugs, all that shit, whatever it needs, and put it up for sale on Marketplace or Craigslist and see if I can't get $1,000 for it. I need the money. Just bought the new truck. As a matter of fact, the truck is coming maybe next week. It's in the body shop now, getting the dent fixed on it. It can't come too soon because I think my water pump's going up in my truck because it's happened before where I just lost antifreeze. Like, where'd it go? And I put it in there and it runs for a while, then out of nowhere it just dumps. I'm like, I don't understand that at all. I got the weirdest problems. Everything that I do, it's not explainable. It's almost like an alien encounter, but if you really look into it hard enough and find out it was sewer swamp gas that ignited, and there was a weather balloon that went across, and that's really what it was. That's my life. Oh God. Anyways, I'm liking this. I'm really thinking about now. I really want to get the weed whacker, and I don't want to get the home. I can get the homeowner version because the homeowner version now is actually last year's commercial version, but it has the motor on the head. I don't want that. I hate those kind. So the commercial version has the motor up in the housing, so you can do the change outs and LK combi. Since I already have all the Husqvarna combi stuff, I don't have to go out and buy new ones. I can just apply those straight to the new one. So I would like to do that because I want to start. I really do want an electric weed whacker, something that's lighter, makes less noise. I really want to try it out. I really do. Because there's a lot of times where I just don't feel like starting the gas and makes too much noise, this and that. But if I'm not working out in the field somewhere in the hill, I don't want electric. I don't want to trust that. I want pure, good old, hurt the environment gasoline, you know. But you know what's funny is I've been watching a lot of stuff that's been coming out with Husqvarna, and they really have been coming out with some fuel-efficient gasoline products lately that's running better. They're all their new chainsaws that came out just recently, just launched it like yesterday. Pretty impressive. Some of the specs on that, and it's pretty cool. They really got their game together finally with some new stuff that's just above and beyond, which is they need that, and I like that. But of course, you know, I like Husqvarna, so no, I'm like one in a million. But eventually, you all will learn to like the Husqvarna. I've had the other stuff, and I just keep coming back to it. You know what? I'm not convincing anybody. It's what I like. Everybody can like what they want to like. I mean, that's just like saying, if you like the color orange and I like the color blue, we can't be friends. No, it's stupid. But anyway, sometimes that's how I feel. Sometimes I feel people look at me like that sometimes. I don't know if it's just me or whatever, but I feel like that sometimes. Like, oh. But anyhow, that's the reason why I wanted to come up here, because I'm taking that to the dealer tomorrow. Hopefully they're going to be able to fix it or just give me a whole brand new one. I'm scared to death that they're going to say it's my fault, being only a month old. If that's the case, then I'm getting straight on with the public relations over at Echo. We're going to be having some talks, because there's no way. Now they didn't say that I have to use their fuel, their mix. Now if they say that I have to use their mix, I said, okay, well, that never was told to me when I bought it, so I'd rather just have my money back. Because I asked them that. I said, do I have to use their fuel? Because, you know, at least for the first time, I said, no. Now with Husqvarna, they want you to buy 3 cans of fuel to extend the warranty, and it's a good idea. They figured that way there's less problems if they know that you actually put the fuel in. But man, who can afford that stuff? $7 to $10 for 32 ounces. It's like a big gulp from 7-Eleven. That's expensive. So if gas is what, $4 a gallon, $3 a gallon, so it's not that much better. But still, that's like going to the gas pump and filling up your car and paying $10 I would say $30 a gallon. You couldn't afford that. But I mean, it's nice to throw in every once in a while and have some around, so that way you know it's the pure fuel. And I say for a lot of people, even homeowners that have like a chainsaw or whatever, is like, you can't keep that fuel forever. don't. But if say you haven't used it for a while, go out to the store and buy a pre-mixed fuel and stick it in there for the first run or so you know it's pure 100%, no water in the fuel, 100% mixed right fuel. I would always do that whenever I would run a chainsaw because I hated going out to a job site and then it's just something as simple as mixture on the oil wrong and you don't want to take those chances. So that's why I would always have that. But now I don't need to. But I don't use a chainsaw every day anymore, or I never have. But anyhow, I got bird shit all over my mower. But yeah, so there's a lot of things going on. Tomorrow I'm going to take that back. I'm going to buy a Bobcat mower used, $150. It's a 48-inch. I mean, I might play around with it for a little while. It's the green and black, the older one. It's not that old though, and it's a honey hole of mowers and old stuff. People who like that kind of stuff, like he's got a big Troy built walk behind tiller back there, which if I had room for it, I'd buy it, but I don't have any need for it. And he has a couple snappers, the riders, and I love those things, but I'll never use them. He's got one in there that looks like it's not that old and was well maintained and it's very usable, but they're not something that we use. You know what I mean? They're cut horrible on them things. It really is. But they're fun to play around with, but they have horrible cut. Anyway, but so there you go. I want to buy another mower. I mean, I want to go out and buy it tomorrow. I mean, I'm so irritated with all this shit. I'm thinking about just going and buying a stander finally. And I'm like, I'm just going to get a stander, get rid of the Time Master, get rid of this, and just have a stander and just be good to go with it. But there's a lot of areas where you have to have a regular mower to get into it. You can't fit anything on there. The ground's delicate and getting between flower beds and stuff like that. You need the Time Master or 21-inch mower, or you're weed whacking everything. Anyway, it's small problems. So I'm gonna get off of here in a second. Here, I'm just gonna show you my problems today. Broke. Not broke. I guess soon. I don't know. I gotta charge this battery up. It's down to 1 and it's blinking. This thing is powerful. I turn it on here. This thing is covered in pollen. So when you take the battery out, oh my god, that thing it's still about its front heavy. But they put the handle in the wrong place. They should have had the handle right here. This is where the handle should have been. They really screwed the pooch on that design. Everybody can be perfect. Of course, that's me. So there's the battery. Like I said, this is a 7.5 amp battery. It's a big battery. I think in its class, I think this is the biggest battery in its class too, because I don't think they come with a battery this big. Most of them are like 6 at the most. This is 7.5. So, and Husqvarna batteries are well made. They're gel sealed inside they're being watertight. The other thing I don't know if I like or I don't like this, but with their batteries, they're really simple design. I mean, it looks like you could have made this in your garage with the way those things are. So it's not like, like the slip-on ones where it's kind of neat. It kind of just looks like, see it? But, Milwaukee makes it 12 amp. They probably do. That's pretty cool. But is it 2 batteries or 1 battery? Oh. What's up, Tony? Yeah, so this, but I got this. It was $350, so it was pretty nice. They do the 1 battery. Okay, I thought they did a 2 battery. Now, Husqvarna is coming out with it has an Aspire model. I want to get this because they're working with Makita, Bosch, everybody. I don't know if it's available in the States yet, but they have an 18 volt platform that's changeable amongst 20 different brands. I can't wait for that to hit here. That'd be so awesome. You just go buy, you can say you can go buy a Bosch or a Makita or whatever battery for this platform, and you can interchange it without the other brand. So Husqvarna is spearheading it right now. They're the only ones I know of that's, I guess, starting it up, but I can't wait for that to come out. I don't know, see, I just got my feelings hurt. I thought the 7.5 was the most powerful awesomeness that there was. Like, it wasn't. Anyhow, I thought it was pretty impressive though. Now the hedge trimmers and Makitas are nice. I used to watch Quebecus in Australia, and he even said out of all the, he's used a lot of, if you ever watch him do some hedge, he does some hedging, and he's even said the same thing. He said the Makitas were the nicest hedge trimmers that he's ever used. But of course, you know me, I'm gonna get a Husqvarna probably. But you know what does? I don't like these big batteries though. You know what I mean? I would rather have like how the Makita has and the Milwaukee's. They have the single batteries, and the Makita had the one where you could put 2 batteries, so you can build it up and make it even more powerful. So I don't know, but I can't buy a ton of different batteries. Okay, yeah, there's all kinds of adapters out there. Yep. I see a lot of the adapters for, like, I bought a piece for the Ryobi one to switch it into something else. I can't remember why, and I realized I didn't need it. It was for the DeWalt. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Only, like I said, I'm having a problem with this one. I'm going to tell you, this is heavy. They did not design this one right, though. I can tell you that, because I thought it was balanced out right. Maybe it needs a bigger battery, because let's put it in there. You know, the battery fits nice and snug. I like the way it goes in, and it looks like it's all part of it. It's almost was like designed to just hold it down like this at your side, you know, and that's okay. But when you want to like lift it up a lot, I mean, maybe I got a weak wrist, but it actually would hurt, and all up in here, and you can see how it's like pulling on my muscles to do this. So I would have to grab the side here, and I would have to do this, or I have to switch hands periodically. But if you grab it up like this and put your hand up in it, like keep your thumb up here, you can maneuver it up and down without a problem. So I think they put the handle in the wrong spot. But maybe I just might be a wuss. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a strong enough wrist. Not enough practice, huh? But I don't know. But so I'm going to charge this battery up. It lasts me the whole day. But I couldn't use this all day long, all the time on one battery. If I really go at it on one job, I'm down to like one battery, one left or 2. So you only get really 2 major jobs out of this. And so, but just to do the grass clippings, you can run on the low speed and it works fine. So it works, and then you can just push the power boost to go even faster. I wish that there was a 2-step power boost, like one higher and then higher. That's how it should be, instead of just straight out full. If I were to design, that's what I would have done. They didn't ask me. But the charger is actually pretty neat looking. I'm going to go ahead and just put this on charge right now really quick, so before I forget. Bring it back over here. So it's an hour charge, which is actually pretty nice. It charges up in an hour. So what happens is in the morning when I'm getting my coffee, I'll just put the charger on, and by the time I get my stuff together and get ready to leave, it's charged and ready to go. So I don't want to just buy a battery. I'd rather buy another tool with the battery, because it's actually cheaper that way. Because the battery alone, it almost costs as much as a tool. I don't know. Maybe that. If I really get into this battery thing, I think I'll get the backpack or the belt, where you can put the batteries in your belt and have the dummy piece go in, so you have more use. But I'm not really a handheld leaf blower guy. I don't like them. I never liked them. I never liked the gas ones. It to me is more like a temporary, just a real quick blow off thing. It's like, okay, I just need to clean this little area up. Done. It's not really something that I want to grab to do a lot because I don't like the wrist. Like I was explaining, the tube is so much easier to go back and forth with it. But now that I know that the 650 would probably be enough, I'm just gonna wait until the until Husqvarna comes out with their new version of their backpack blower, and it may have more CFM because I don't know. I'm not really trying to jump into it too fast because I've done bought too much stuff already this year. I just bought a truck, and that's a lot of money, and I bought a trailer, and I bought a trailer before that, and I bought the backpack blower. And what else did I buy? I just been buying little things like not really planned. They just come across me, and I'm buying it. So I'm trying to spread it out so I could utilize the amount of stuff that I'm buying, by spreading it out. Believe me, you'll have some fun. My videos are professionally made by the superior optics of the algorithm factors that I made them perfect. I made a couple shorts on this thing because I'm trying to just do the shorts as much as I possibly can right now because I don't have time to do all the editing right now. And yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, we're constantly just spending money on stuff. You never stop spending money. A lot of times I'll think that, hey, I'm going to buy something and I won't have to buy it again. It's no, doesn't work that way. Pretty much now because I don't understand why the stores had so many weed whackers and so many. I'm like, do they really sell that many? I mean, once you get one, do you need another one? It's like, yeah, when you need one, you need one. You know. Yeah, I've seen quite a few of your shorts there. I've been scrolling through them and they've been popping up. So they've been actually coming up a lot. They're pretty good stuff. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, the shorter ones I think they do better. It's like nowadays we have such a small attention span now. Even myself, I find myself even like fast forward. I fast forward even through some shorts. That's how bad my attention span has gotten. That's pretty sad when you're fast forwarding through shorts. I don't know. I got this thing here trying to make videos with it, but the sound quality is horrible on it, and the picture quality is awesome, but the sound quality is horrible, and there's no zoom in or zoom out with it. You have to do all that in editing, and I haven't had a good chance. There's so much information, so much video on these things that I haven't gotten around to doing. It's going to become irrelevant. That's what happened to a lot of videos I've had. I tell you what, they don't make that model that I have, the 322L from Husqvarna. Like I said, that's what the threes, all the three stuff is getting the best bang for your buck. But they have the 522L. Now it's not a really powerful leaf weed whacker, but it works. It's lighter. That's what I liked about it. And it can handle some really heavy, thick stuff, but you really got to like play into it. So you need a 25 or a 30 cc really to handle heavy stuff. So those are expensive and heavy, and I come to find those are only good use for doing brush. So to me, it's like if you're not doing enough brush, it's really expensive to own one of those because they're up there. They're usually around the $400 range. Some of them are $600. I know the Echo makes a nice one, and then Husqvarna has the 535, which is their biggest one. But you have to like the Husqvarna to get it. A lot of people don't like the handle that shakes. I like it now that I've had it, and then or they had the Red Max version of it, which is the same thing, just doesn't have the handle that shakes. Well, Shindava is Echo. It's the same thing. The Shindavas are the That's like Red Max and Husqvarna. They're the same thing. It's just whatever they carry in your area. What do you mean platinum? My shorts are monetized. All your shorts are monetized. Yeah, it's over $500. That's what I was saying. It's expensive. It's nice. I've seen it. I've seen somebody using it. I think it's impressive. The engine head's a different size. I don't know what that means. There you go. Sub away. Um, yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to rain this area. The whole eastern seaboard, the whole mid east area. This whole Maryland, Jersey, PA. This little swath right here is supposed to rain all day tomorrow. With them griping about it raining, it better rain because I put off a lot of stuff that hoping that I can get some things done. I go to the bank, deposit stuff. I got to go take this blower back to this place where I bought it. Hopefully, I don't come home with a zero return or a standard or something. So I really want to get the standard B. I know the standard B is not as nice as a standard I when it comes to the rights, but I'm just still not comfortable with the double handlebars on the stand on the rights. I need to be able to rent it or use one for like a demo for like a day or so just to get the feel of it because I like the single handles and that's the only thing stopping me from buying it. But I want to support a Maryland company, which Wrights is made right here in Maryland, and I would like to support them, but I just don't like the handles, and I'm trying to convince myself to like them. I don't know. I probably just save up and get a Toro um, stander since it seems like it's the most common one. But I like the Skag stuff too, but I've never used them. So to me, the scariest part about buying something is the quality of the cut. You never could see that part until after you buy it and use it. Because anything cuts. It's just the way they cut. I think Toro has a 32. I think they just came out with it this year. I know they have a 36. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I thought I saw Johnny Blades of Green had one, but I think it was a 36. I thought he had a 32 because I saw it and I can't remember. Maybe it was. I don't know. But the problem I'm coming across with between the 32 and the 36 is the size of the rear tires. And I want a wider tire, and all the 32s have narrower tires on it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm afraid those tires rutting and making impressions. But if you think about it, the 32 is replacing the mower because I'm trying to get away from push mowing now. I'm falling into that mood now where I'm having problems with my hips. I fell a long time ago, and the pain's coming back. Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about the rutting. Um, Hustler has a 34 inch right now. My buddy's got one. I haven't heard too much about it. He hasn't talked too much about it. But what's it? Bad Boy actually has a 34 also, but it's a bigger wheelbase. Which I don't know anybody who sells. I don't know any dealers who sell Bad Boy. Um, Interesting. That's interesting. 32 and the 52 and the 36. I thought the 60 and the 36 shared blades. I thought that's why they. I had a 52 as a demo and I loved it. I wish I got the 52 and not the 54. Don't buy a 54. It's like so odd that it doesn't work for anything else. It's so hard to find blades for it. Um, yeah, I had a 52 and I loved the way it fit. It just fit into some areas, and it wasn't that much smaller than the 54. But I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to just go with a 60 inch, have a 60 and a 36 on my vehicle, on my truck. So I figure if I'm going to have a sit down, I'm going to have a mower, I might as well just go all big out and have a 60 inch, and that way I'm not using it unless I have really big yards. And then I'll have a 36-inch standard that would be the primary use mower for everything. And then I probably still have to keep the time cutter on the truck. Okay. I didn't even know they made a 40 inch. I had a 40, so that was a Time Master. My first zero turn, the Home Depot special. I love that thing. When it cut, when it finally got down to the grass and was cut, it made a beautiful cut. But it was homeowner and the deck couldn't handle heavy thick grass. But it was kind of fun because you could get that thing up into any place with it. Yeah, that's what I came across. I came across with the 52 was probably the perfect size. Um, but then it's like I really want a 48 inch because the 48 inch is kind of like that in between everything. But then I'm worried about this. Okay, well it's not quite big enough. It's too big to get in the small area. So it's like why, why the frustration? 48's not good on hills. Okay, that's the first time I've heard that. It's something to take into factor. Um, Maybe it's just the odd shape of the deck versus the balancing of the wheels just doesn't give it enough foot foot pattern. I'm thinking, you know, yeah, I probably would go with a 52. Yeah, that's like I said. I had a 52 as a sit down demo, and I loved it. And I was just like, why didn't I get this? Well, that's actually what I wanted to get, but I got the 54 because it was a bigger model, cheaper, and I wish I just stayed medium and not went with a full on heavy duty commercial. I'm never getting a heavy duty commercial mower ever again. A full zero turn heavy duty commercial. It's just too big of a machine for me. Um, that's what I have. That PZT is full on heavy duty commercial. It's heavy. It's a nice machine. I've hit trees and I've killed the trees. Literally, I hit a tree with the deck. It did nothing to the deck. It it bent a little piece of metal that I could squeeze back with a pair of C clamps, but it foobarred the side of the tree all up. I thought the customers would get mad at me. I said, "Oh, your tree's messed up, but my mower's fine." Yeah, that didn't work too well. I remember that one. I never made a video on that one too. I had a whole video. That was a 3 acre yard that I got, and the lady suckered me into doing it, and was one of those. The last guy did it for this much, and I was trying to get it, and I just wanted to do it to see if I could do it. That's all. I really didn't care to keep, wasn't really interested. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I almost would have done it just for the hell of it. I just wanted to see if I could. But then I realized what was happening was it was getting really, really hot. And in the summertime, doing 3 acres on a mower, I think it was killing the engine. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna keep doing this job. I had told her I had to get more money because we were feeling it out. It was a couple times, and she didn't want it done every week. It was every other week, and property that big needed to be done every week, and it just seemed like I was out there cutting forever. I mean, because you had to get it done. I think it took me 4 hours to get the whole job done. There was 3 hours. I can't remember because there's all kinds of stops in between. Then you got to walk the entire property to weed whack everything. I mean, I know maybe I went a little overboard, but I weed whacked around every fence post, every tree, everywhere, and it was 3 acres, all grass. And then you had the shit areas where it's under the trees and there's roots everywhere. And you're bouncing off your seat left and right. Yeah, how many times the engine actually shut off because I bounced off too high? Damn, that's pretty damn quick. That's pretty damn quick. For some reason, I take my time. I think that's what it is. I'm not as fast. I mean, I'm fast when it comes to certain things, but I come to find that there's a lot of in between time that I end up like something happens stupid and I got to fix this, fix that, or I forgot this or I forgot that, and back and forth and run out of weed whacker string, run out of gas. I'm like, all them little dumb things always seem to happen to me. I got nails in 2 of my trailer tires. I still have to fix those. I've been filling them up every morning. All kinds of dumb stuff I got to do. I'm really irritated about this leaf blower thing. I really am. Because my 580 is falling apart. It runs. It's just falling apart. I got to put all new tubes and stuff on it. I can run it. Put some more duct tape on it. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to get out of here myself. I'm just it's late. It's 11:50, almost 12 o'clock. I missed the news. Damn it. Oh well. Maybe I'll watch Mandalorian again for the 10th time. I don't know. Or I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks a lot. Tony, thanks for hanging in as long as you did. I appreciate it. Everybody else, thank you very much. See you next time. I'll fill you in on what's going on with this Echo 9010. And or if I come home with another mower tomorrow, because I have a funny feeling they're going to offer me a deal on something. And I'm going to, okay. Good night.